You do not have to hike a single step to see some of the most jaw-dropping scenery in the entire United States. And that is not an exaggeration. Some of the most iconic views in America's national parks are visible right from your car window, from paved pull-offs, or from a short stroll of just a few feet to an overlook railing. So which scenic drives are the absolute best for senior visitors, or anyone who wants maximum beauty with minimal physical effort? That is exactly what we are covering today. The answer starts with 3 legendary routes: Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park, Trail Ridge Road in Rocky Mountain National Park, and Desert View Drive in Grand Canyon National Park. Each one delivers world-class scenery, and each one is designed so that you can experience the magic without leaving the comfort of your vehicle. Let us start with what many people consider the crown jewel of American scenic drives: Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park, Montana. This 50-mile route cuts directly through the heart of the park, crossing the Continental Divide at Logan Pass, which sits at an elevation of 6,646 feet. The road winds past glacier-carved valleys, turquoise lakes, cascading waterfalls, and sheer mountain walls that will make your jaw drop. What makes this drive so perfect for senior visitors is the abundance of pull-off viewpoints along the entire route. You have got spots like the Loop, where you can park and gaze across a massive valley. There is Bird Woman Falls Overlook, where a towering waterfall plunges hundreds of feet, and you can see it all from right next to your car. Jackson Glacier Overlook gives you a view of one of the park's remaining glaciers, and again, you just pull over, step out, and look. The road also has accessible restroom facilities at key locations, including Apgar Village, Logan Pass Visitor Center, and the St. Mary Visitor Center on the east side. Logan Pass does get extremely crowded, especially between 10 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon during peak summer months. If you are a senior visitor looking to avoid the stress of competing for parking spots, aim to arrive at Logan Pass before 9 in the morning or after 4 in the afternoon. Many experienced visitors say the early morning light on the mountains is actually the most beautiful time anyway. Now here's something critical you need to plan around. Going to the Sun Road is only fully open from roughly late June through mid-October, depending on snowfall. The road is plowed each spring, and the National Park Service does not rush the process. Some years the full road does not open until mid-July. Always check the park's official website or call the visitor center before you make your travel plans. There's nothing worse than driving all the way to Montana, only to find the road is still closed at the summit. One practical tip that veteran visitors swear by: fill up your gas tank before entering the park. There are no fuel stations along Going to the Sun Road itself. The nearest gas is in West Glacier or St. Mary, the gateway towns on either end, and drive slowly. This is not a road to rush. The speed limit is generally 25 miles per hour in many sections, and some of the turns are tight with drop-offs that can be intimidating. Take your time and enjoy every single mile. Let us move on to Trail Ridge Road in Rocky Mountain National Park, Colorado. This is the highest continuous paved road in the United States, reaching a maximum elevation of 12,183 feet. For perspective, that is well above the tree line. You will literally be driving through alpine tundra, surrounded by nothing but vast open sky and mountain peaks stretching to the horizon in every direction. Trail Ridge Road runs 48 miles from Estes Park on the east side to Grand Lake on the west side. Along the way, you will find more than a dozen marked overlooks and pull-offs. Rainbow Curve offers a sweeping panorama of the Mummy Range and Fall River Valley. Forest Canyon Overlook gives you a view straight down into a glacially carved gorge, and the Alpine Visitor Center, sitting at over 11,000 feet, has accessible restrooms, a gift shop, and a cafe where you can grab a cup of coffee while taking in views that most people only see in magazines. For senior visitors, there's one important consideration with Trail Ridge Road: elevation. At over 12,000 feet, the air contains significantly less oxygen than at sea level. Some visitors experience altitude sickness, which can include headaches, dizziness, shortness of breath, and fatigue. This is especially important for older travelers or anyone with heart or respiratory conditions. The best strategy is to spend a day or two in Estes Park, which sits at about 7,500 feet, to let your body acclimate before driving the higher sections of the road. Drink plenty of water, avoid alcohol the night before, and if you start feeling unwell at elevation, simply drive back down. Your body will recover quickly once you descend. Trail Ridge Road typically opens around Memorial Day and closes in mid to late October, though early season and late season closures due to snow are common. The National Park Service posts daily road status updates, and I strongly recommend checking those before heading out. If you want to avoid crowds, visit on a weekday rather than a weekend. And again, early morning is your friend. By mid-morning in July and August, the parking areas at popular overlooks can fill up entirely. Speaking of real visitor experiences, one retired couple from Ohio shared that they drove Trail Ridge Road during the last week of September and had many of the overlooks almost entirely to themselves. The fall colors in the valleys below were spectacular. Elk were bugling in the meadows, and they described it as one of the most memorable days of their lives. They never walked more than 50 feet from their car. Before we continue to our next incredible drive, if you are enjoying this kind of practical, insider information about national parks, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to National Park Secrets. We put out videos regularly that help you get the most out of every national park visit, whether you're planning your first trip or your 100th. Subscribing helps us keep making these guides, and it means you will never miss a new one. Now, let us head to the grandest of them all, the Grand Canyon. Desert View Drive, also known as East Rim Drive in some older guidebooks, runs 25 miles along the south rim of Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona. This is arguably the easiest and most accessible of all three drives we are covering today. The road is wide, well-maintained, and the elevation is around 7,000 feet, which is high but much more manageable than Trail Ridge Road. What makes Desert View Drive exceptional is the sheer number of developed viewpoints along the route. You have Mather Point, Yaqui Point, Grand View Point, Moran Point, Lipan Point, Navajo Point, and finally Desert View, where you will find the iconic Desert View Watchtower. Each viewpoint has a paved parking area, and most have paved pathways leading to the rim with railings. Several of these viewpoints are fully wheelchair accessible. Accessible restrooms are available at the Grand Canyon Visitor Center complex near Mather Point and at Desert View. The Grand Canyon South Rim is open year-round, which is a huge advantage for senior travelers who prefer to visit outside of peak summer season. And honestly, visiting in spring or fall is the way to go. Summer temperatures can be very warm, and the crowds between June and August are intense. Late September through November and March through May offer comfortable temperatures, thinner crowds, and often the most dramatic lighting on the canyon walls. Winter visits are also possible and can be magical, with occasional snow dusting the rim and creating a scene that looks almost unreal. One tip that many visitors overlook: drive Desert View. Drive from west to east, starting at the village area and ending at Desert View. The reason is simple. The afternoon sun illuminates the canyon's inner walls more dramatically when you are looking from this direction, and you will end your drive at the Desert View Watchtower, which is a perfect finale. The watchtower has an elevator, making it accessible for visitors with mobility limitations, and the views from the top are absolutely extraordinary. For fuel, the South Rim has a gas station at Desert View and another at the main village area, so you are well covered on this route. The biggest practical concern at the Grand Canyon is dehydration. The air is very dry, especially in the warmer months. Carry water with you in the car and drink it regularly, even if you do not feel thirsty. Let me share one more visitor story that really captures why these drives matter. A woman from Florida brought her 87-year-old mother to the Grand Canyon. Her mother used a wheelchair and had not traveled in years. They drove Desert View Drive, stopping at every single overlook. At Lipan Point, her mother looked out over the canyon and cried. She said she had wanted to see the Grand Canyon her entire life and had assumed she was too old. That drive took about 3 hours with all the stops, and her daughter said it was the single greatest gift she ever gave her mother. That story is not unusual. These scenic drives exist precisely so that every person, regardless of age or physical ability, can experience the power and beauty of these landscapes. A few final practical tips for any senior planning a scenic drive in a national park. First, consider getting the America the Beautiful Senior Pass. If you are 62 or older, you can purchase a lifetime pass for $80, which covers entrance fees at all national parks and federal recreation areas. It pays for itself in just a few visits. Second, bring binoculars. Many of the most incredible details, distant waterfalls, wildlife on far ridges, rock formations deep in a canyon, come alive when you can zoom in. Third, plan rest stops. Even though you are driving, long stretches behind the wheel at high elevation or in warm weather can be fatiguing. Stop frequently, stretch your legs, and do not push yourself to cover the entire route if you are feeling tired. And one more thing, check road conditions before every drive. The National Park Service websites are excellent, updated frequently, and often include webcam feeds so you can see current conditions with your own eyes. These three drives, going to the Sun Road, Trail Ridge Road, and Desert View Drive, represent the very best of what America's national parks offer to visitors who want spectacular scenery without strenuous activity. You do not have to be a hiker or a backpacker to have a life-changing national park experience. Sometimes the best seat in the house is right behind your steering wheel. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you plan your next national park adventure, please like it, share it with a friend or family member who would love these drives, and subscribe to National Park Secrets so you never miss our latest tips and guides. We will see you in the next one.